change came, I was about nearly 50 years. I didn't bring the change. I didn't make the change. It was made for me. You start coming out to the prayer meetings. You've got to go there. It's just, you must go. You can't stay away. And then you come to the kirk session and they examine you. It's a very, very solemn step. You don't know what the session is going to ask you. And if they find that everything is according to the Bible, they'll let you through. But you depend on the Lord to help you through all these things. When the change came, you give up some of your habits. I wouldn't think of spending my money, going into the devil's house with my money and giving it to the devil, what God is giving me. Because the picture, that's the house of Satan and the pubs. Because when you go to the pub, you're taking away the reason that God gave you. I've got 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. Sorry to say about the girls, so far they haven't been converted. We don't know what may happen, but they never see nothing wrong with it. The boy he's been converted and is following our own footsteps.
I used to go to church at home every Sunday, really only just to please my parents. Dances and discos, and music and football were really were my life.
Well, Mama knew you.
I used to play football a lot when I was in school, and I was very keen on it. I was very active in school. But I had a car accident about 6 years ago, and I lost really coordination in my legs, and I couldn't run about as I used to. Looking back, I see the Lord's hand in that, taking away my desire. Well, taking away not my desire was still there for football, but taking away the ability, and I see that the Lord was bringing me closer to Himself, taking out some things in my life so that I could focus my attention more easily on Him. I go to prayer meeting English on Wednesday and Gaelic on Thursday in Stornoway, and the whole weekend. But I kept friends with, the people I work with, obviously. What they feel about my way of life, I couldn't really tell you. I suppose they probably think I'm a wee bit silly. I'm always reminded of my past when I go past pub doors. The temptations are still there, but I've got something better in my life than pubs and drink, and I don't need it. Singing in Marvick Church, I can really say that I haven't heard anything quite like it, because you can only get a few people there, and you think there's dozens. It all comes from the heart.
Motto is the leading elder in our congregation, and it has to be done about the church in Marvick. We just consult him first. The minister comes every second Tuesday. The other Tuesdays we just manage ourselves. We don't preach, but prayer and singing, reading. It's a wonderful thing that three of a same family or four can participate in the singing. Things are looking very grim at the moment. There's no young people staying with us, and it's very difficult to say what the future may hold. You just have to hope, pray and hope that there always be somebody to keep the place open for worship.
Bekela is the in-between island, the halfway house between the predominantly Protestant or Reformed Church North and the Catholic South. I know that it is connected with both North and South by causeways or bridges. It has become more of a focal halfway house. Well, you would only cross over to South Uist, to the little village of Irker, which is predominantly Catholic. And right away, you'd recognize that you were in a Catholic area, if only by the little wayside shrines that are be found there, some of them quite derelict now, but still noticeable there. It seems that the islands came in rather late on the Reformation moment, and this may seem rather strange. The island of Lewis, which now is so very extremely Presbyterian, Calvinistic even, was the last to hold out against the Reformation. However much the Presbyterian Church like to think that they differ from the Catholic faith, they're still carried over the tradition. For instance, the use of the Psalms. And they were very much in use in the pre-Reformation church. They like to think that they veered away from the original church ritual of worship when they stand up for prayer and sit down for the singing and all that. And yet when you enter into a home and you have a word of prayer with the family there, they want you to kneel with them in prayer.
Ze lochis kraaiens gecha, ter lasho, so schon ma ausgebracht. Amen.
I work as a locum in the parish of Carnish, North Uist. My parish is a growing parish. It's a developing parish. The only sad thing about it is that I am afraid for the future of Gaelic. It is dying in common use.
We've all heard about Jesus, who grew up as a little boy in Nazareth. But in one way, he was different. Who can tell me in which way Jesus was different from all the other little boys? Robert. Now, hand up. Let me speak out till we hear you. He was God's son.
They teach it in schools, they lay a great emphasis on it, but in the home it is not used as freely as it should be by parents to their children. And I think this is where the language had its roots formerly and must have its roots if it is going to survive.
Long, long ago, God created a beautiful world. Started with the Garden of, come on, what was it?
Eden.
The Garden of Eden. And there was a happy family.
And in the old days, the church itself was a tremendous influence on the language in as far as the young people had to learn to read it, to follow the steps.
Yes, Adam and Eve. And they were